This is TJ with the Energy Futures and Backpack Trader. I'm currently in the short trade on heating oil. Thought I would throw on the recorder and talk you through this trade. I'm using a special trade plan here that relies on the Catapult CCI indicator for when the bar pokes up above the red line and becomes overbought. It looks for short trades. And it wins pretty good, so I'm currently in this one. Stop held like by the skin of our teeth here, by skin of my teeth, I should say, and I'm looking for it to break through this 50 level. Some support right there, which is pretty normal for that price range. I probably should have made a little adjustment down to 49. Note to self. I usually do. We'll see if this trade could push through. This is a nice trade because it's got these extended targets. This is part of my scalp and run technique that I use with certain markets, where you can try to get to a risk-free position aggressively and then hang on for either large targets or large running trades. So we'll see what happens here. Patience. Making a second attempt to get through the 40 level. And one more tick. 39. Very stubborn. I want to give it every chance to win, and it did not. There it is. All right, so now I can move my stop to break even. Yay. All right, so I'm looking good. I'm in a break even, risk-free trade, and I'm either going to break even or hit some larger targets or trail down. We'll see. Just got to be patient. Would love to see a push lower. This market has not had a ton of volatility today. So target 2 here is a nice scalp target that is 38 ticks. It's good for $159 a contract. Here you can see the stop has moved down, break even. Target 3, on the other hand, is 106 ticks, which is a $445 target. And of course, target 4, 158 ticks, which is a $663 target. And these targets get hit. There's also an extreme fixed target down here. So when trailing on the runner, getting to this larger fixed target, which is 200 points, usually a good place to end your trail and take your final profit. So it's kind of like a maximum excursion target is how I'm using that. Depends on how many positions one is trading, of course. But with this particular trade plan, I found that this fixed target down here marks a good spot to shoot for when trailing. And you could go a little bit beyond that, and that happens sometimes. It's just not that common. So grabbing profit at that fixed target is often more profitable than waiting for the trailer to go back and hit the trailing stop somewhere up in, less than the 200 ticks. But every now and then it'll run beyond 200 ticks. 200 ticks is over $800 a contract. Remember, heating oil trades like unleaded gas at $4.20 a tick. Small little ticks. It can move pretty quick sometimes. Today's just a slow grinding day. Trying to survive my break-even stop, which is hiding a few ticks above the 50 level, so that may be enough to hold it in. Look how the price came back up and hit 48. 50s are strong numbers. It doesn't mean it won't break through, but at 50 level, it's always good to hide your stop or put your entries around it. See if we can break lower here. All right, I lost internet connection there for a minute, but luckily I have my bracket order in and my trade is still intact. It hasn't been able to break through. I'm still waiting for the data to refresh, as you can see.
Order filled.
All right, pushing through my first scalp target. And the stop moving down a little bit. I want to keep it above this bar here. That bar is at 48. The stop moves to 51. It's only a couple ticks lower. All right, so first target in the bag. All right, the stop starting to inch its way down to 43. You can see I've got another position holding out for larger targets. And I'll be trailing this purple line much of the way down. All right, you can see the price has come up and it looks close to stopping out. That stop has moved one tick lower to 36 and hanging in there, pushing as high as 33. Let's see if we can get another push lower. It's already been a profitable trade. Sometimes the scalp target is the one that makes you the money. Other times, though, you get the runner. Sometimes you just got to sweat it out. So the stop moves to 33, but it already spiked up to 33, so I'm going to keep it at 36. Little adjustment around that bar. I want to give this trade every chance to succeed. All right, so the stop wants to move down to 28. I'm going to keep mine at 31 and try to stay in this trade. Looks like it's running out of steam, but you never know. That 14 EMA has held it pretty nicely. You can see that the calculator thinks it stopped out at 25. My adjusted stop has kept me in the trade, and now the strategy is printing another trade, but notice that it's in gray, and that's because we didn't get another overbought condition. Remember, this strategy requires the CCI indicator to become overbought, and it's still in the, not oversold, but it's still below zero here. It hasn't even got anywhere close to moving higher. So the filter on this trade is to only take shorts when the CCI spikes above. And so, I'm still in the short. So that's the point, is you have to also use your brain. I don't have the key level adjustment tool turned on in this case. I'm just doing it manually and working around my charts and my key numbers. So luckily, I'm still in this trade. Doesn't mean it's going to survive, but so far it has. Working around those quarter-century numbers has paid off, especially with certain markets, and this is one of them, as we can see it happening in real time here. And you can see that the adjustment on the stop has paid off, as it's now pushing lower and has a chance of hitting this bigger target. So I'm holding out for that. If I can get there, that'll finish my Friday trading for this morning. And by the way, the stop now has to move down. The last bar to close below the purple line. The stop is now moving to, I'm going to put it at 16. Really, I should put it at 11. I'm going to go down to 11. See if this will be enough to stay in this trade. All right, the stop's moving down to 03. And those little adjustments have kept me in all along the way, and now the stop's going to move down to 98. I'm going to keep it at 03. I'm going to keep it at 03. Try to stay in this trade. Looks like it wants to break lower. I'm going to give this trade every chance. All right, getting super close to my target here. Got as low as, there it is, cha-ching-a-ling ding. All right, that pretty much does it for me, guys. Still working and testing my Catapult Energy Futures, and while I'm in test mode, I don't get too overzealous, but you can see the beauty of a scalp and runner and a really nice target that was good for 106 ticks, along with 38 ticks, about $600, and that's a nice nifty little trade. It's definitely slower today, but that's okay. Went from 942 to 1048, a little bit over an hour. Not bad. Kind of played itself out, used bracket orders, and it just, it's not hard to trade a trade like this. You just have to practice it a bit. It's the beauty of what we do, is that we can practice and get really good at our executions in a sim account before going live, and that's what I always recommend. Practice the way you intend to play. Just like learning a sport or an instrument, practice hard, play hard. Practice your trading for real and treat your sim account like it's real money. And then when you go to the battleground of real trading, where trading is literally war, you'll be best equipped to not only survive, but be victorious. All right, this is TJ. I hope you enjoyed this video. Everyone have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you again next time.